Hey, this is Ronald Jefferson doing a vlog. I want to talk about celebrity deaths. I just want to talk about a couple things because Kobe Bryant passed away. And it is going to get a little deep in conspiracy theory like, so if you're not into that, you might as well leave right now because it's going to get real. Took some notes like I do for my vlogs. First off, before I say this first part, I want to say that I don't care, you can be rich in this world. I believe you can be a millionaire, maybe a 5-10 millionaire, and be of Christ and be truly of God. But when it comes to wealth and generational wealth, I do believe that is satanic. When we talking about wealth for 500, 1,000 years, because you got to think of it, the average person in America makes 50 grand a year. Times that by 30 years, that's 1.5 million. You look at some of these athletes, they're making 100 million off their first real contract, or their second contract. They're making 100 million. That's 100 times what somebody who works really, really hard their whole life will never get. So I want to say these people are owned by Satan. All these elites. I don't care if you make spoons, paper clips, cups, figurines. If you are connected to generational wealth, where you got enough wealth for hundreds, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years after you die, I want to believe that Satan is your spiritual father. I am not to say everybody rich is a Satanist, but I believe everybody wealthy, their patriarch or their matriarch, does serve Satan. So first of all, let's start off right there. These people are owned. They're possessions of Satan. That's their relationship to the devil. They might think they're friends. That's not how he views it. You are his possession. You are like a cup, a pot. You are a stove or a refrigerator, a dog, a piece of property. That's their relationship to the devil. Is they're owned by him. He told me that himself when I met him. If you look at my other vlogs, I met the devil. And that's a real story. Now, some of y'all may stop at that point, and some of y'all will keep going at that point, but he told me flat out, he owns them. These people are involved in what is called secret society. That's what this is. They call it the Illuminati. They call it the Masons, witchcraft, all these names, Eastern Star. It's just one huge secret society broken up into different pieces. And I believe all these pieces is not the Illuminati. It's the synagogue of Satan spoken about in the book of Revelation. And it's not just Jews. I know you hear synagogue, you think just Jews. No, it's people of all faiths, including Christians. I think Kanye is one of those Christians that's a full-blown devil worshiper out here masquerading as a Christian, and he's trying to monetize the faith. Basically, whenever you try to monetize Christianity, whenever somebody try to do that, that should be a red flag, because riches and money and Christianity don't mix. Jesus was God Almighty, and he didn't have places to lay his head at night. He was homeless and poor and destitute. So we're not greater than the master. We're the servants. So all these so-called servants of Christ that's millionaires and all that, I don't believe them Christians. They're involved in a secret society. All right, Satan owns the earthborn. Satan believes, now I think he proved this over arguing over the bones of Moses with Michael. Any human being born on this planet is his possession. That's how he feels. If you are earthborn, you belong to him. He even tried to prove it with Jesus, because he told Jesus, I'll give you every kingdom on the planet and put them under your subjugation if you just fall down and worship me as God. Even Jesus, when he became earthborn, that was God Almighty, his creator. Jesus created Lucifer, but when Jesus lowered himself and humbled himself to die for his creation, becoming that last sin offering, Satan tried to get him to sell his soul. That's where all this soul. That's where it all comes from. That's how we know about soul selling, other than what these musicians been saying for the last 50 years in their music. They've been selling their soul. But then if you look at Jesus and Satan and the temptation, Satan tried to get Jesus to sell his soul for the world too. So it's nothing new. We're not going through anything new. And this part really comes to Kobe. And anybody else who dies prematurely being a Satanist. Satanists are supposed to live for 90, 95, 100 years. I read that in the book. a whistleblower wrote. I can't remember the book, but yeah, it says it's nothing for a devil worshiper to live for 90, 95, 100 years. So you got to question when these people involved in Satanism die at 35, 20, 40, even 50. That's young. That's young for a normal person. A devil worshiper to die at that age, they done told the devil no. That's what's happened. They done told the devil no. You cannot tell Satan no. Satan won't accept no from a reborn again Christian. I told him no. He didn't accept that no from me, and I was protected by God. You think he gonna accept it from somebody under his possession that he owns? He gonna tell me no? And I think that's where Kobe messed up at. If you look at a lot of these celebrities, man, look at their kids. And Hassan Campbell talks about this too. He talks about it a lot. Look at their kids, man. Their kids is metrosexuals, all types of homosexual, trisexual, pansexual. Like, whoa, my kid's 11. I got an 11-year-old son. He's not sexual at all. He thinks about video games and anime. He thinks about kid things and Pokemon still. He's not thinking about wearing nails and watching RuPaul's Drag Race. He's not into all that bull. He's not. I almost cuss. I'm trying, even though I do mark my videos for adults because I'm protecting my page, is why I do that. I try not to cuss, but I almost cuss. Because some of y'all parents out here exposing your kids to all types of crazy foolishness. Was that the show with the black people arguing, hip hop, loving hip hop. I remember the first time I saw that foolishness, I watched it for a minute. Like, what is this coonery? What is this buffoonery from these rich people? All these people rich, acting like buffoons. But no, they can't tell Satan no. They can't tell Satan no. No matter what he asks him. And I think Satan asked for Gigi. I think that's why Gigi died. Because Satan had dips on her soul. And Kobe's like, you're not having my daughter. Some of them stand up. I think a lot of them, when they die prematurely, they tell the devil no on something the devil asked them because it's too fucking... It's too much. It's too much. It's too, killing animals and stuff, sacrificing animals, doing rituals and oaths. That's all good during the plays, but when they pull out the infant on a pentagram, hand you a thame, an athame is what I call it, a thame, tell you to cut his chest open and eat his heart. Whoa! Even out of baby, it could be an adult human. But I wouldn't even think that would be easy for a man to kill an adult. But when it comes to these killing kids and raping children and stuff, they do all types of satanic things in these rituals, man. It came out in the 80s during what they call the Satanic Panic. Which, try to Google satanic ritual abuse on Google and see what pops up. But they can't tell the devil no. That's the big problem with these devil worshippers. They think they have a choice. This whole time they thought they had a choice. But they don't have a choice, and if they think they have a choice, they're going to find out, like, no, you don't have it. Satan was going to ask them for something big, and those who continue to live, like people talking about Michael Jordan's not dead. Well, yeah, he's doing his rituals and his oaths. He's paying his sacrifices. He's doing what he got to do. Look at Queen Elizabeth. Look at the Rockefellers. One Rockefeller just died last year after like 10 heart transplants. He like 100. I think after 80, you shouldn't be able to get an organ transplant like that. Like, go ahead and die, man, and be gone. Often the kids are involved. Yep, like what I told you when my experience with Satan. He brought up Nat King Cole, how he owned Nat King Cole and his daughter. You get involved with the spirit world. Read Ephesians 6:12. Our struggles are not against flesh and bone, but against powers and principalities, the rulers of darkness of this world, wickedness in high places. That's what we are up against, man. I mean, people talk about these celebrities just like Nipsey Hussle. That wasn't the devil. Like, bro, yes, it was. He was under the hand of Satan, and Satan removed his hand for some reason. Nipsey told him no. Nipsey told him no on something, and Nipsey got kicked in the head, two to the head, 2 to the chest, by a member of his own gang. Yes, Satan can final destination you. Where do you think that whole concept of that movie comes from? That's how the spirit world can act, just like that. They can final destination. It's the spirit world. Stop thinking physical. You are dealing with very ancient spirits, very ancient intelligent spirits who have nothing but malcontent when it comes to man. Yeah, the people involved in the secret society, not all of them, but the high priest and all that stuff, the ones that's wealthy and stuff like that, the high priestesses and stuff, yeah, they're leaders of industry, man. They're leaders of industry. I don't care if you make chairs, paintings, spoons, ashtrays, notebooks. If you got generational wealth doing that, your family rich for 2,000 years, and there's families out here really that rich. I mean, more than 2,000 years. Do the math. Most of us going to work 30, 40 years. So let's take it as, I've done this math. 30 years, all right? 50 grand a year, that's 1.5 million. Jay-Z and Beyonce worth 1.2 billion. How many times can you put 1.5 30 years representing 1.5 million into 1.2 billion? You know? So 90 years is 4.5. Do the math. I'm not going to do it. But yeah, these people are leaders of industry. You know, I call them the idols of flesh and blood. Because these people are really crazy over these people. And if you talked about the so-called Illuminati, which call it the synagogue of Satan, it's not the Illuminati. It's the synagogue of Satan, and it ain't just Jews. And you talk about this stuff, these people get crazy, don't they? Like, they know these people. They're like, I'm a fan of a lot of these people still. I am. I ain't no fanatic though, bro. I'm objective. Like once I reflected on all these people talking about selling their soul, their music, and then I did the research. Like, all these people really are in the bed of Satan. These people have heard the same lyrics. You can show them all the symbols, and it's like they just can't believe it. It's just talent. And I'm like, man, Satan can give you talent. Satan can give you looks. Satan can give you all that. He can give you that if he wants you. He'll do whatever he got to do for you. Let's get to the love and human sacrifice aspect of this. They call it a blood sacrifice, but I call it a love sacrifice. Sometimes you got to sacrifice someone that you love, and when you're involved in secret society. You know, just think on your favorite celebrities and people close to them who have died, like a father, a child, a mother. Come on, bro, that's somebody you love right there. They call it a blood sacrifice. I call it a love sacrifice. And often with the love sacrifice, Satan and death, if you read the Bible, they're partners. Satan and death, there's an actual entity of death, and it goes to the lake of fire. And hell goes to the lake of fire. Satan goes to the lake of fire. They're all partners. They all help each other. So death goes out on a love sacrifice, does his final destination thing, plants his seeds, uses spirits they got to do, and kill a person. Or they call it a blood sacrifice. It's really a love sacrifice. And of course, human sacrifice they're involved in. Upper and lower echelon, except upper echelon when you're involved in human sacrifice, you'll never get caught. Lower level Satanists, they try to please Satan and try to get involved in sacrificing and stuff, and they get caught. They get caught. Because they're not under that protection. Some people find out about Satanism and they're not chosen by the spirits. The spirits got to choose you, just like Christ got to choose you. If you're not a Christian, you're not chosen by God. I know you probably think you're making a choice. No, you're not making a choice. God has not chosen you. You have to be chosen by Christ to be a Christian, and you got to be chosen by the devil to be a devil worshiper. Thank God, because people find out the truth about Satanism, they run to it. Oh, you can sell your soul. They ain't got a soul to sell. They ain't even got a soul to sell. Satan had their soul when they was in the womb. He took their soul. Tricks or treats. Let's go to Halloween. Now, when I was talking about the tricks or treat aspects of this vlog, I want to talk about, I believe some Satanists have magical powers and some have wealth. I believe some may have both. But I believe, because I've ran into devil worshippers in normal life, and they showed me proof of the power. I just never seen the power in action. But there's normal people running around here who worship the devil too. I think they have supernatural powers like reading auras, clairvoyance, mediumship. Maybe they can fly, breathe underwater, alchemy, turn things to gold. I haven't seen proof of the power. But I've seen proof of the power. And I've seen a human eye turn into a reptilian eye. Right in front of my eyes. Human eyes turn into reptilian eyes. Meaning they're under demonic possession, and they have access to a power when they're under that possession. I just don't know what it is. But it's either tricks or treats. Either you're going to get the tricks, the powers, or you're going to get the wealth and the riches. I do believe some have both. I already covered the idols of flesh and blood, how I believe these people out here, all these idols, not just the rappers, not just the black singers, all of them. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, man, idols of flesh and blood. Just idols of flesh and blood. People are literally worshiping them. I believe they will hurt us over them if they could. If they really could. They could kill us over their idols. They would. Remember, Luke was hung in Greece. The Apostle Luke was hung in Greece, preaching against Zeus and Hera. And Kobe and Gianna, I believe that Satan wanted Gigi's soul to be turned out like the rest of these kids. If you pay attention, she is growing up a normal child. And Kobe was involved in secret society. He's not the only one. All of them are. All of them on the top bar. It ain't just basketball players. It ain't just rappers. It's the people who run Arm & Hammer too. It's the people who run Clorox. You know, I'm talking about the ones who own it. The top, the ones that will be rich. This company going to continue for as long as the dollar and everything continues as it is. So I just want to wrap that up. So what y'all think about this vlog? Just wanted to, talk about celebrity deaths for a minute, how I feel about it. I believe they tell the devil no, and they have to pay they have to pay a penalty for that. It may not always be death, but I believe that Satan wanted Gianna's soul, like he got the rest of these kids' soul, like Willow's soul and Jaden Smith's soul, like how he got Dwayne Wade's son's soul, like he got these kids' souls. He wanted Gigi too, but Gigi growing up a normal little girl. But no, it ain't happening. So what do y'all think? Like, share, and subscribe. This is Ronald Jefferson, and I'm out.